other people in that area?
There's a few people that don't understand what we're about. But I'd say the majority, once they get to know us and know what we're about, they realize that we're not up to anything devious, and they pretty much back us in what we're doing. There's always going to be that little percentage that doesn't quite go along with it, but we don't hold that against them, and that's just life.
Right. Well, let's take a look at some more music here. This was recorded live at the Beach Club, The Sharks, on Sarasota Night Live. All right, we are live here, and that was recorded live. The Sharks doing an Elvis tune, Don't Be Cruel, more recently covered by Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about doing that? Do you like to do other people's music?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
You look like you're having fun.
I like, learning the songs, because every time you learn somebody else's song, you learn something new about music or about your instrument, or, vocalizing or whatever. It's a learning experience to learn other people's music. It's not something that I'd want to do all the time, but I enjoy it.
It's a discipline also. It's a discipline of, it brings in new ideas when it comes to writing your own music.
Can you remember who the first musician, somebody that you liked, that you enjoyed listening to, or that you really spent a lot of time listening to? Somebody that maybe inspired you? Or any type of music?
Probably
U2.
Yeah, U2 has been, for me at least, a more recent inspiration.
Yeah.
I started out probably, I think Three Dog Night comes to mind first, because that's, my brothers and I all put our money together and bought our first album, and it was Three Dog Night 1, and we just listened to that over and over again. And then I suppose from there on I moved to other groups, but they were probably one of the early influences, yeah.
Have you always been interested in music?
Yes.
Yeah. Both of our families are very musical families. My brother and I we've been singing with our family, I think, since we were like 4 or 5, singing as a quartet. in the churches, and that's where we got our start, and then moved into the instruments later.
Which I knew that Roger and you had played, you know, had a music history. But I was wondering about Myron.
Yeah, my father was a high school music teacher, and
you would have some music in.
yeah. In fact, I went, you know, to the high school that he taught music at, but even before, when I was growing up, it was always part of my family, you know, music and things. So.
Well, let's take some more phone calls here. Linda is on line 1. Go ahead. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I was wondering, where do you get your inspiration for your original songs? Is it from personal experiences, or is it unrelated to your personal? Is it about other people?
It's a little bit of everything. It's just taking all of life's experiences and putting them together. And when I try and write from a somewhat emotional standpoint, not sitting down and planning out things, but just from a more emotional standpoint, pulling from my life's experiences and trying to put them down.
So it's more of a personal, when you write a song, it's more personal.
Yeah, I'd say it's personal.
Do you ever write with one of the other people in your group, or do you guys get together and write songs, or do you just write singly?
My brother and I do a lot of collaborating on songs. What we usually do is one or two of us will come up with a song idea and get it fairly well structured and take it to the rest of the band, and we'll all just rework it and, you know, I don't like this part, let's do it this way. Then we'll come up with something better than if one person sat down and tried to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
All right, thanks a lot. Dave, you have a question for the Sharks?
Yeah, I do. First I'd like to say congratulations on Rodney's new expectant baby.
Thank you.
All right.
Amy Letterman says hi. The question I have, back to when you do other people's music, would you are there certain people you do it for? Like, you wouldn't do it for, like, say, Led Zeppelin, or would you do it for someone who has better values and more morals?
We have a pretty tight rein on the lyrical content in the music that we do. As far as the groups that we do, we don't. Their lifestyle is up to them. If we don't do a song that's going to make us compromise our own values, but that's where we draw the line.
That's a good idea. But another question I had was, why don't you play in more places for like under 21? Because some of us would love to see you play, but you can't get in.
Where are those places?
Yeah.
How about my house?
Okay.
By the way, this is Dave Roberts.
Hi, Dave.
That's it.
Okay.
All right, thanks for calling.
All right.
All right, we've got another Dave. Before we go to break, what's your question for the Sharks?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
All right. I'm a musician myself. I play lead guitar, and I got a couple of the guys from Crimson Glory in my band, and I'm going to get a couple guys from the Syndicate. We're going to form a new band, and we were just wondering on the studio that you guys recorded in. Is it, you know, a reasonable studio?
It's a very nice studio.
Where's it located?
It's in Bradenton. I guess you'd have to get in touch with us and we can give you the address. I don't have it off the top of my head. But it's in Bradenton. They've got, I think their biggest capability is a 24 track.
Oh, really?
Really nice equipment.
Great.
Really
Yeah,
nice.
it's very good.
And I heard you went to GIT. Is that true?
Yes. Yes, I was there for a year.
Really?
Yep.
How was it?
It was great. I enjoyed it a lot. I learned a lot about music in general, not just guitar. They stress guitar, but you know, it's more of a holistic approach to music. At least that's what I went for when I was there. You know, I wanted to get into more theory and things like that, and it was very good. The staff there is really quite good.
All right. Okay, well, that's about it. You guys jam on.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, take it easy.
Thanks a lot for calling, Dave. Where was that?
That's in Hollywood, California. It's called Guitar Institute of Technology.
GIT.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Now, we've got a couple more phone calls and questions, but we want to go to a break here in just a second. We'll take one more phone call, and then we'll get everybody else to hang on because the phone lines are busy right now, but we'll take one more before we go to break. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, this question's for you, Norm.
All right.
How come only two of the guys are sitting there? How come you don't have them all?
Well, because the other two were on, we only have a finite number of chairs here, and the other two were on earlier, and we're going to bring Roger back in with us the next set. So we'll have the twins in together. But we've had all four of them, not collectively, but they were on earlier in the show.
Yeah, I was trying to call and say hi to Don Boy.
All right. We'll pass that along. He's out in the waiting room right now, the green room.
He just had him and his wife just had a little boy not too long ago.
All right.
Tell him Isfahan said hi.
We'll do that. We'll pass it on.
Bye.
Okay, thanks a lot for calling. Sarasota Nightlife. We're going to take a break right now. We've got some club listings coming up, and we have more of, and a surprise for Roger and Rodney, too. They don't know anything about this yet, but they will as soon as they get back in here in the studio. So you want to stick around for that, and we'll have more of the Sharks coming up on Sarasota Nightlife.